How you doing, Larry? Scratching the beard like you in contemplation.
I mean, what?
Like you're contemplating something. Because I wanted to say contemplation, and then like I was like mid-word, I was like, nope, that's not the word you're looking for.
You were thinking about manipulation and contemplation put together.
Anyway. You were thinking about something, making me suspicious.
Nah. Nah, man, I'm just thinking about how I am, man. You know.
And well, okay, all right.
You know. How are you?
I'm ready to get paid.
Where's your mic hang?
That's a good question. I was trying to keep it down because it just seemed like we be so loud, and I got to turn the volume down. But you know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I'm gonna keep it PG for now.
My thing limping.
Nah, that's not where I was going. I was gonna say like an old woman who has saggy breasts, like her nipple is down by her hip.
They were down there.
Yeah.
Let me gather my girls and hold on.
I'm trying not to go so early. Yeah. You ever tasted deodorant where it should have been?
Oh my goodness, I've tasted lots of things that I didn't want to. Deodorant.
I was gonna ask you to clarify, because the way you said it could have been taken. You know what I'm saying? Like to mean outside of what I was just asking you.
If you can think it, I tasted it.
That doesn't make it any better, James. That doesn't make it any better. Specifically with women's chesticles.
Okay.
If we can think it, you've tasted it.
Okay.
That's what you're saying.
Now we're gonna narrow it down then. So yeah, deodorant, yes. What else?
I mean, you got to be specific. I'm just because listen, James, because these things go out to the internet. Mm-hmm. Clips can be made. If you saying anything, I've tasted everything. They're like everything, James, and then that could be made into. You see, you know what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to help you out.
So let's say this. This is one thing that I'm a little worried about, or that I was worried about. So I was dating a woman at some point, and she had a kid, and the kid wasn't necessarily newborn. And so I'm partaking of succulent chest areas.
Got you.
And I guess it was I was going so hard that I happened to get breast milk. And like I said, the child wasn't new. So I'm like,
so you tapped into the reserve.
So I'm just sitting there like, I'm gonna keep going, but I'm not gonna go as hard because I don't know if that's I don't know if that's healthy or not.
All I can think about is the Beverly Hillbillies show. And the theme song is like they struck oil. It's Texas tea, oil. You struck gold, James.
I was digging a little bit too deep.
He was like,
that ain't spit.
And this is gonna be an interesting episode.
Welcome, guys.
Another episode of the Big.
Be sure to get on.
Oh,
I was paying attention to the light, and I still turned it backwards.
It's all good, James. As long as you got the light on the thing.
Yeah.
We good. My cheeks hurt already. I hadn't laughed like that in a while.
Do you want to talk about it?
I'm good, James.
Okay.
I appreciate you.
You want a hug?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Men don't hug.
I give free hugs.
To the people?
Listen, if you see me on the street, just say, I'm here to cash in my hug. My name is Olaf, and I like warm hugs.
The better question is, why are you on the streets? You just out there in the streets? Hey, James in the streets.
Listen, you trying to trap me?
No.
I see what you're doing.
I'm really not, James. I'm just a concerned friend trying to figure out why you in the streets.
Sometimes you gotta. I'm trying to get in shape here.
You're trying to find Sesame Street. You're trying to find the place we ought to go, or you try to find somebody? What's the song?
I'm trying to think of it myself. Can you tell me how? That's all I know.
Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? You're trying to find somebody who can tell you that.
Okay, so now the song that I'm thinking of, sometimes you wanna go. Well, that's Cheers.
That's Cheers. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, also in the streets.
22 Jump Street. What did I say? 21 Jump Street.
I mean, is there 23 Crawl Street? Ba-da-bum. That's what you could add. Ba-dum-bum. Yeah. I can't.
You can't. Okay. Can you grow your R's? I'm sorry. I want to ask you more questions.
No, I'm trying to think of a good word to do it with, like
Marcus.
Yeah,
That was a whole bunch of throat. I don't. Okay, there you go. There you go.
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
What's going on?
We just talking.
Okay, speaking of Marcus, have you seen the movie Boomerang?
I did. It's one of the best black movies out there ever made.
I am genuinely surprised.
We agree?
I mean, I don't know about one of the best, but it's up there.
Okay, all right.
It's up there. I mean, then I have others that you don't like, so.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody out there gonna say Love and Basketball.
You really do not like Love and Basketball.
It's not as good as it. No, I don't. So I was watching. Okay, so there's this movie that came out, Traffic. Have you heard or seen it?
I've heard about it. I haven't seen it though. It's on Max, ain't it?
It is, and Omar Epps in it, and I was like, yeah, this guy can't act.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm trying to. What else has he been in?
So he was in the movie Shooter, or was it the show Shooter? I think he was in the show Shooter.
I didn't watch that. I gotta look it up now.
Yeah, I can't remember what else.
Because you look like you're drawing a blank.
Usually when I see him, I'm like, oh, he's still acting.
Oh, he was in the show House. I liked him in House. You didn't watch House, did you?
Nope. I feel like was he in any other shows? Like, cause I feel like maybe like one of those not Law and Order, but like maybe a police show or something. I don't know.
He was in Juice.
Yep, I don't remember that movie.
He was in The Wood. Have you seen The Wood?
Yes.
Traffic, like you said. Yep.
So Paula, I barely recognized Paula Patton in that movie Traffic. She lost a lot of weight, and I don't know if that's a good thing, a bad thing. Like, was she depressed?
Don't Be a Menace.
The self-censor original? No, the original. Okay.
No, what you were saying.
What was he doing in that movie?
And he probably was being a menace while drinking the juice in it.
While in South Central. I don't know.
I don't think he had a big part, but I think he was in it though. I don't know. He was in Legend of Korra.
Okay.
Nothing that you. He was in Free Stars, Raising Kanan.
I don't know what that is. It didn't look like even had a picture.
He's you know what Raising Kanan is? You know, cause you know what Power is.
It's a restaurant.
Do you think of Raising? Was it Raising Cajuns?
Raising Cane?
Raising Cane. Okay. So you don't remember the show Power that came on?
I do know about that.
So you know they got the spinoff shows.
Book 2.
Well, they got more than that.
Ghost.
And they got another one with Tommy.
Okay, I don't know. I haven't seen.
And then they got Raising Kanan.
Okay.
So you know who Kanan is, right?
Nope, I haven't seen any of them.
From the original show Power.
Haven't seen original.
So Kanan is 50 Cent's character from the original Power.
Okay.
But Kanan is him Raising Kanan is when he's younger. So Omar Epps plays his dad. But of course, they don't have the best relationship.
Of course.
I got all this from one episode. So I'm an expert. I only watched one episode, but I know the whole storyline right now.
You're an expert than me.
That's yeah, that's pretty much it. He's the dad. He's the dad, and they don't like each other.
Power and it's a race show.
Well, Insecure.
Insecure. Those are the two shows that everybody was talking about, raving about. And I mean, there's been others like goodness,
Take your time.
Snowfall and Euphoria, but these are shows that everybody's been raving about, and I'm just like, I know, I hear you, but I feel like I'm just not gonna like it. Like Power, I think I would like. Is it like The Wire?
I never watched The Wire.
Okay.
I watched one episode, so that makes me an expert.
It don't.
I know all about The Wire.
I just know who all in it.
Yeah. I know there's silver wire, black wires, there's red wires, green wires. Sometimes the wires cross, so you gotta make sure that doesn't happen.
Oh my goodness. All right. I just know that there's no music in the show, so it's boring to me.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Like, all the shows you name are big shows. However, you don't really like TV shows like that.
Yep. I did watch more of the first episode of Continental. So I enjoyed it.
No. I'm about to say, when you say more, are we saying like you went from 12 minutes to 20 minutes? Or like 15 minutes to 36 minutes?
I went from like 6 minutes to 40 something minutes.
Oh, okay. you that's pretty much
It's
the
like,
whole episode, ain't
It's
it?
like an hour and 20 something minutes.
Oh, okay.
So when I was enjoying it when I first saw it, I was like, all right, I'm gonna come back to it. I don't remember why I stopped watching it, but then Mel Gibson came in, and while he's not exceptional, it just so happened that the show just happened to get really good when he came in. And I mean, it's not like he's bad. I enjoyed him. I enjoyed his character. And then I had to leave around that it was around a 30-minute mark. And then I went somewhere to get my hair done. And then I was like, all right, I'm somewhat into it. And then it just trailed off because I was talking to the person doing my hair. So it's not that I'm not into it.
You just hadn't dedicated enough time to it.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to do it when I get home. Because I got all the rest of the night, which is eating into my PlayStation 5 time. But, you know, I gotta balance. I gotta balance.
I was talking to Will about that yesterday. He was
What'd you tell him?
because he was talking about some PlayStation 5 game thing. Oh, because he was talking about Cyberpunk, and he was talking about how they re-released, they did something, added some updates, some deal, whatever seed thing on Cyberpunk that you can get it on PlayStation. And I was like, yeah, James just got a PlayStation 5. He was like, oh, I'm happy for him. I was like, but he betrayed the Xbox family. No longer have that, James.
But I was playing Xbox just like 2 hours ago. I still play, and that is still my primary system.
That's like being rich, but then sometimes coming to the hood. I mean, just because you come to visit doesn't mean you're still one of us.
It was a good deal, though. You know, for the cost of a PlayStation 5, you get more storage and you get a free game. I had to do it.
What was the free game?
Spider-Man 2.
It's not a bad free game.
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe bringing it over here one day. Have you played the original Spider-Man game?
That's something else I was talking to Will about, because he was saying he wanted to. I think he said he wanted to play it, or he liked the first game. And I was like, I haven't played the first game. I mean, let me be honest with you. I want to play it, but I don't really want to play it. Like it's a game that I would like to play, but at the same time, if I never play it, it's not the end of the world.
I will say that, you know, not many games do I try to go for like 100%. Like they call them platinum trophies in PlayStation, where you get every single trophy. But I was addicted to that game. I played that game nonstop for like a week and a half. And so Miles Morales, maybe it was just too much of a gap in between. I'm about 50% of the way through that. But now, you know, Spider-Man 2, I was like, all right, we can put Miles Morales to the side. Because, I mean, Miles Morales is still in this game. You switch between both of them.
Yeah, and I guess that's since you're right there, that's part of the reason why I don't really want to play the first one, because I already know the story. Because I watched somebody else play it, I'm just kind of like, well, I already know what happens.
So I'll say this. Well, I'm going to approach it two different ways. I know I done got used to the Xbox controller, because the PlayStation 5 controller Well, we're going to get there. But before I tell you how I feel about the PlayStation 5 controller, the PlayStation 4 controller feels just fine in my hand. No problems. So, they did a complete redesign of the PlayStation 5. It's got to be bigger and, like, more wider because, like, I feel like I got to reach my thumb so far into the controller just to get the sticks, and I don't like it.
Sounds like you hopped a fence to see that grass and green on the other side. What it sounds like to me.
I didn't do this because I did this for the exclusives.
Sounds like you went out there trying to find something better and realized
I wasn't looking for anything better. I'm Xbox till I don't want to say that.
show me your Xbox tattoo right now.
I don't have any tattoo.
Exactly.
Oh, you say I'm not committed?
Well, I got 3 of them. You want to see them?
Sure.
Because they all say 60 because it's Xbox 360.
So you got 360s?
I got 360s.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know where that came from.
Are they in red and they're in a circle?
No, that's
Okay.
I don't put death on me. Come on, now, James. I gotta put that evil on me, as Ricky Bobby was saying, from another movie that you don't like.
I like Talladega
You like
Nights.
that? Oh, I don't like. Thought you.
No, Talladega Nights.
It's the brothers, Step Brothers.
Talladega Nights, Semi-Pro, and the campaign are only Will Ferrell.
I've learned to just say it however I feel it.
Yeah, because that guy, the Will Saturday Night Live guy.
I'm gonna tell you an underrated movie that a lot of people don't talk about that he was in that I really liked. Maybe I liked it because it was such a different whatever from what he usually does. Strangers in Fiction.
Yes, I remember that. I watched it when I was sleepy, so I wasn't too high on it, but I watched the whole thing.
You remember what it's about?
So I always get that and Walter Mitty confused. So was he going around? Did he hear the narrator, or was it?
So I don't know if he was in a book, but like there was a person that was narrating his life, and he could hear it. Like nobody else could hear it but him. I don't remember like I said, I don't remember if it ended up him being in a book or he just something happened to. No, that's what it was. There was a lady who she was writing a story, and she was like she was reading it, I guess, and he could hear her in his head. So yeah, it was like I said, it wasn't. I liked it because, like I said, compared to his other movies like Elf or whatever, like he was still kind of hilarious to me, but he rode that line of like, it's comedy, but at the same time it's serious. Like it's not too far to the left or too far to the right. Kind of like with 23.
I was going to say we should do like a draft or a list or grading, which I was thinking about, my grading system, of all the comedy actors that did serious movies. So the number 23, Secret Life, it's something about the Eternal Sunshine.
That was Bill Murray, or
No,
was
I think
Jim Carrey?
I think that was Jim Carrey as well.
I think he did another one too. It's it's about a hotel or something like that.
Jim Carrey?
Because he got into like a car accident and he ended up in like some town, and it was like the movie was called The Something. Because I could just see the picture of the title, because like the name was in like how you see how like the name in like lights, like big flashy movie theater lights.
Yeah.
It was like something like the Marquee or something like that. I don't know.
Serious hotel movie. The Majestic.
That. It was a pretty serious movie that he was in. He was also in. Well, it wasn't really serious though, because it was still kind of comedic. As an older movie, he got bit by a vampire. It's like he was real young. This was before he lived in color young. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely don't know about that
Or
one.
maybe around the same time. No, it was before because he was relatively younger. Yeah. You gotta to be a movie critic, James. You gotta up your knowledge, man.
It's hard for me to watch some old movies, but you said knowledge. I don't necessarily have to watch the movies.
Exactly.
Okay.
Why do you? What is it about old movies you don't like? Like
the quality of it mixed with the fact that sometimes like I said, just has a lack of music, so it's like it's just. Oh really? You hear all the different the sound effects going on, and it's like This is not exciting at all.
So it's really a big thing for you.
It is. I need something to help me through the movie.
One could make an argument that if you need help through the movie, you're not enjoying the movie.
That is yeah, that's why I can't watch them. That being said, I was able to watch The Godfather. The first one did not have any music, and I got through it.
That you enjoyed the movie.
I did. Godfather 2 did have more music, so that helped it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even try The Godfather 3.
I don't remember The Godfather 3. Have you seen Goodfellas?
No. I haven't seen like all of those gangster movies. So Casino.
Oh, great movie.
What's another
I
one?
love Casino, man.
Probably Brooklyn's. No, Brooklyn's Finest is like is a police movie. Anyway,
You talking about the one 50 Cent and not 50 Cent, Wesley Snipes and Don Cheadle?
I don't. I just. So I know. I don't know.
So if you're talking about the Brooklyn's Finest, I'm thinking about it has Don Cheadle, who was a police officer, but I don't know if he was a bad cop or if he just one of those cops that kind of like rode the line or whatever. And then Wesley Snipes used to be a gangster who got out of jail, or he was in prison, but he got out of prison and came back to the streets or whatever. And him and Don Cheadle, like they either knew each other or like something happened between them two.
So that is that movie, but that's not the one I'm thinking of.
I just know Wesley Snipes dies. Spoiler alert.
Gangster
Kinda
Squad.
earlier.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I didn't particularly like that one that well. Or maybe I'm thinking, I don't know. I watch a lot of those, like, do you like mafia type stuff?
Yeah, I can watch it. Yeah. I'm not like either way.
Well, I'm saying it because I want to suggest a show, but you're probably not going to watch
All right,
it.
what show is this?
Boardwalk Empire.
I was thinking that I couldn't remember what the name of it was, but
Great show.
does Boondock Saint count? Because that's two people. It's not necessarily a gang.
I don't think I've seen that.
Okay, so I was dating Mallory, and that was like one of her favorite movies, and I was like, all right, let's watch it, and I enjoyed it.
What was it about? Do you remember?
Don't kill me if I don't get this right, but I want to say it's like two brothers. Maybe one of them is, the reckless, crazy one, and the other one has to deal with this mess that he puts him in. But I don't know like the actual story.
Yeah, it doesn't sound familiar. Yeah, I don't think I've seen it.
Norman Reedus is one of them.
You talking about the new Ghosts?
I don't think that's official. You talking about Ghost Rider?
Yeah, I was about to say Ghost Killer. I could. That's why I was like,
Yeah,
Ghost?
there's a whole bunch of syllables that
I
wasn't coming
couldn't
out.
remember. I was like, is it Ghost Killer face something?
Yeah, I don't think they committed to. But that being said, is now the time to introduce? Like, okay, in my head, what I think they should do, like right now, is like not let's hold off on introducing new characters. Sure, let's go ahead and cast them. I say introducing, obviously. Okay, let's hold off on fleshing out, giving these people movies or shows. Let's go ahead and do the what is it called?
Special presentations?
No, the Kang Dynasty and the Secret Wars, and then just put all these casts that you already have in there. And then I'm not going to say like go with what works because obviously, we're not going to have enough time to spend with them. But you can at least gauge off of that and say like, all right, that's getting good buzz. That's getting good buzz. At least we can think about putting money towards this.
Well, I think that's why they. I think that's why they're casting older people so that when they show up, they're already established. So that when going forward, you can not necessarily recast, but you can do different variations. Like if you hire Norman Reedus as Ghost Rider, right? He's not old, but he's older. Then you can come back with the Mexican guy, so he can be the newer one.
So you got, and then there's Danny Ketch. Okay, so I'm sorry. You got So the I can't think of dude's name. I got you though. I agree with that.
Who is Danny Ketch?
That's another Ghost Rider.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Johnny Blaze. That's who the heck I'm trying to think of. So Johnny Blaze.
That's original. And then the Mexicano one.
I want to say Danny. Anyway, yeah. So
Well, he's the original one that most people know.
Right.
And then they can go from there.
Reyes, I think, is the new one.
Jaime Reyes is Blue Beetle.
Oh. Okay, so what is it? Dang it, you're right. You're so right.
I was about to say, what? Jaime Reyes is Blue Beetle, sir. That's a different universe. You done jumped to DC.
Okay, I'm going to be quiet.
I think it's, because I know he was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a while, and I remember them saying his name. I can't remember it now, though.
I'm gonna look it up because I gotta redeem myself.
It's all good, man.
Robbie Reyes. That's what it is.
Yeah. Hey, man, you weren't too far off. But yeah, me personally, I think that's why they do, because especially with with them casting Pedro, because he's definitely as Fantastic Four.
Oh my goodness!
You didn't know about that?
No, I do know about that. It's what? Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's why they're doing it, so that because because Secret Wars is so close but it's far away, instead of them like trying to put out a movie like, hey, here's the origin of them, and casting a younger cast, you get the older ones to show that they've already been around for a while. Then Secret Wars happens, and you had every superhero in it, and then going forward, you can do a different variant of a younger Fantastic Four or whatever. Like you said, see what works, and just go from there.
So I don't have a problem with Pedro Pascal. I don't have a problem with him. I don't have a problem with him as an actor. I don't have a problem with him if it sounds like he's Hispanic. He actually does kind of have like an exotic look. My thing is, and I think they already said this, that they were trying to cast two well-known actors and then two lesser-known actors. So I can understand that. But it's like Pedro Pascal is being cast in everything.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
Which, in my head makes it seem like, is he the right person? Are you doing this just because he's going to draw people in?
You said it yourself, he's a big name.
I know that he's like in Mandalorian, so it's like, all right, let's just move people over from Star Wars. Let's move them back and forth.
Well, here's the rumor. If you want to hear the rumor, now the rumor is people are saying he's confirmed to be cast as Mr. Fantastic, but the rumor is just a rumor from what I hear that he's going to be instead of him, it's all a misdirection. So he's actually Doom. So that way, because he's done the Mandalorian thing, he can do the under the helmet stuff, and you don't really see his face for real.
So I know I was just talking all that mess.
You want it now, don't you?
Even though I've seen some better casting as Doom, I would be okay with him as, even though his Max Lord was not that great.
Who?
And Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah.
I think there was better fan casting for Doom. So maybe I don't really care for either one of them. But if I had to pick between Mr. Fantastic and Doom, I would say Doom.
I get you.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey man, it's gonna play out the way it's gonna play out. But I do get what you're saying. He has been in a lot of stuff, which I think is part of the reason. Like you said, if they're trying to hire bigger names, he's still coming off the high of Last of Us. He's still coming off of Mandalorian. He's been in a lot of stuff recently.
And maybe I shouldn't really care that Disney is under the same umbrella. I mean, sorry, not Disney. Star Wars is under the same umbrella as Disney, but it's like, to me, I don't want to say lazy. It's just, it's okay to give other people a shot. Like, you already paying this man for Mandalorian. It's okay to pay some. Maybe that's part of, maybe they're getting a discount or saving some kind of way.
That's how I feel about Anya Taylor-Joy being Furiosa. She's been in a lot of stuff too. Like, I'm not gonna say she can't act because obviously she can. She's been in great stuff like Queen's Gambit on Netflix that I really love. But it's kind of like when I think about a young Furiosa, I don't think Anya Taylor-Joy.
And the Menu. So I think,
but even that's she worked well in the Menu, but Furiosa is.
It's a different monster, yeah.
Yeah, like that's. I don't see her. I mean, I could watch the movie. I'd be like, oh, she was actually great.
She did do action in New Mutants, but I mean that's to me. I guess there's going to be CGI either way, but I really enjoyed Charlize Theron, and who knows, maybe she has some other engagements. Who knows, maybe she's getting too old. Who knows, maybe the money. I don't know what it was. So I was kind of. First of all, I didn't expect.
But why would you cast her in a prequel though?
Well, they've done it before. I mean, what's his name? I guess it wasn't a prequel, but Harrison Ford just played a younger version of himself in Dial of Destiny.
Yeah, but he played a younger version of somebody who's 89. Furiosa, they're playing something. They're getting her when she was young, like her teen years. You gonna cast Harrison Ford to play a teenage version, unless you're gonna do the Avatar thing, and have the Susan Sarandon have an old woman's voice out of a young person's CGI body.
I mean, Disney is Disney. Disney did, whatchamacallit, the Harrison Ford theme. I don't see why they wouldn't do it. Anyway,
I just watched that movie too, Dial of Destiny.
I've never liked.
I didn't really have too many issues with it.
I never liked Indiana Jones. Like, okay, I take that back. I never watched Indiana Jones, but I'd never been. It's not a movie that I've ever wanted to watch.
Yeah, you never been on the Indiana Jones train. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, there's a new indie out. It's like I watched it. I mean, kind of like the same thing with the Marvels. I heard so much crap about it. Oh, Dial of Destiny. It's that. I watched it. I was like, I mean, it wasn't great, but it was like, I enjoyed it. Like, I don't get why people hate it so much.
Was it better than Crystal Skull?
Yeah,
Okay.
to me,
I'm gonna give it another try. Did they hand the keys off? Spoiler, it's been out for a while. Did they hand the keys off to the lady?
not per se. No, I mean, I can see a version where she does take up the mantle because she even has like a little sidekick, a little young kick sidekick. But like, it wasn't like, okay, so like in the Crystal Skull one, you know, they had what's his name, Shia LaBeouf.
Mm-hmm.
So it was clear they passed it off because he gets the hat and everything. Mm-hmm. This one is just kind of like, hey, we just all ended in the same apartment. All right, movie over with. That's it.
Like, I don't care enough to really care if she get passed off, but I'll just ask more because I know that's what everybody was saying.
Yeah.
Oh, this is obviously they're just, moving over to women empowerment. So I just want to know if it was, but
Well, that's what I can see because she plays this goddaughter in the way she's written into the movie. I can see them being like, and she has the fondness for historical facts. Like she has all the knowledge and all this. So I can see her taking over, but I'm all right.
Are they gonna rename it and just do Juliana Jones now? I don't know. I don't know her name. I don't know.
I'm laughing because I'm trying to. I don't.
You don't know her name?
I just know he keeps calling her Wombat, which was like a nickname for her when she was younger.
So Ryan George, love his videos, and like sometimes he'll be like, hey, you got a new Indiana Jones movie for you. Yeah, this time we're following Indiana. He has a granddaughter named, it doesn't matter. You're not going to remember her name.
No, you don't. Because she got on my nerves at first, though. But then she got on my nerves less. And she never really won me over. Mm-hmm. She just kind of was like, I was like, I don't hate you as much, but I still don't like you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm sure I can think of something like, there's been something just like that. I can't think of what it is. Fallout.
Oh, I had an example, but I guess.
No, go for it.
I was going to say, well, for you, did your hate level go down or up for Tom Holland and
Uncharted?
Yeah.
Okay, so he was. It didn't go down or up. Like it was just overall, I didn't really care for the movie. But
I'm talking about him as the character, not the movie. Like, because obviously he's not the best portrayal of that character from the game. But like as the movie went on, you're like, he's okay, or is it like I really don't like him as his character?
So I honestly couldn't separate him from the game. So I didn't really. The whole time I just didn't like his portrayal.
Gotcha.
So I didn't think he was annoying, but I just was like, all right, let's just get through this.
The issue was the Mark Wahlberg of it all.
I was about to say he was more of a bigger, like Tom Holland was okay. Let's just say this is good. Like, okay, I enjoyed it. This is where I think Nathan Drake should be. This is Tom Holland, and Sully was like way down here.
Yeah, he wasn't old enough for me.
And he wasn't wise and like not as a father figure, but he wasn't. It just wasn't the same vibe. It wasn't. And maybe no, that was the Hollywoodness of it.
So here's my question, and I know you was gonna say something about Fallout, but before you go there, do you feel like this happens a lot where movies, or I guess not theaters, but companies, production companies, whatever, like they'll have a movie or they'll pitch a first movie, but the whole idea for the first movie is just kind of like a movie to get the feet wet because the character that you want or the character everybody wants is supposed to show up in the third movie. but the first movie is just to get it. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like it's obviously everybody they know we want this Nathan or this Drake or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We want this Sully, but we got to get you there. We can't just give them to you out the gate.
I don't see why. You already have like 4 games worth of material where Sully was like this from the beginning. Mm-hmm. But I can, like I said, that could just be Hollywood denizing it, making just movie.
Showbiz, isn't it?
Yeah, whatever. I don't know. You can't make a verb out of a. You just. It's you're doing what you're doing. Just messing it up. Just doing what Hollywood does. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I mean, because what made me think about that because I was listening and all I could think about was how it took. I guess because it's Tom Holland. It took Tom Holland 3 movies to be the local neighborhood Spider-Man. You did all that just to bring him back to being the neighborhood Spider-Man.
That being said, I mean, minus all the super cool gadget, suit, because I mean, Spider-Man for the most part has just had a suit with web shooters. I mean, as far as like him and being and encompassing who Spider-Man is, as far as the jokes, being young, being in high school, like he was pretty much what everybody thought he would be. Mm-hmm. Just the suits were.
Well, he was the adventure Spider-Man. He wasn't the local neighborhood Spider-Man.
That's true. And
now he has that same quick-witted, all of those things you mentioned, like I said, minus the gadgets. And now he's just swinging around New York.
He's going to college.
Or is he getting his GED?
I was going to say, is he going to college?
I just saw a GED book. That's
that doesn't make any sense, though, because, that's the whole thing. That's Marvel just being sloppy. Because just because people don't remember that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, they should still... I mean, that should be even more of a reason that he should be... Because at the end of the movie, yeah, they were saying that Ned and Zendaya, I can't think, MJ, was in college, but he wasn't. Which doesn't make any sense, because if nobody knows that he's Spider-Man, then there's no reason that he shouldn't be getting into college.
Here's the bigger question, or the bigger issue with it. So he made the wish to wipe everybody's memory of Peter Parker being Spider-Man. So... if I know Peter Parker, like say you're Peter Parker, and the spell wipes my memory of you being Spider-Man, should I still know you as Peter Parker?
Exactly.
I just may not know you're Spider-Man, but I know you're Peter Parker.
That's just Marvel being sloppy. It doesn't make any sense. Happy should still know that. He. I
don't think he would know though, because he met him as Spider-Man, and then he knew him as Peter Parker. So I feel like I can see those people not knowing him at all.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, how can he separate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But if I've been your childhood friend, hanging out with you on the block as Peter Parker before you became Spider-Man, I just still know you're Peter Parker. Or no, I just don't know who you are. Like, who's this random guy? Like, why does he run up to me? Like, hey, stranger.
All right. Now all of a sudden, I got hair in my face every picture you see me in.
Yeah. Like, what's this blob on this picture? Took it to picnic. Who is that? My mom's like, you don't remember Peter? Peter?
Oh, you know what? That's Marvel should start doing. They should use this as an into the supernatural. Now this ghost of is like those movies where I want to say it's Insidious, but they got this little thing in the background of every picture that dude's in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be.
So that's just Peter Parker.
The ghost of Peter Parker.
Well, I mean, it's really just Peter Parker.
But I mean, Peter Parker ain't gonna be going out there, stalking people. Just
You never know.
I think that was a pretty good sound.
It was. I didn't want to draw attention to it because I knew you were gonna keep doing it and it wasn't gonna sound as great.
Yep.
I just wanted to go past it, but you brought it back. Maracas.
I just take the audio and then paste it on the second time I did it.
It's another movie. I have to watch Oppenheimer. I've been kind of holding off on that.
All right, I tried watching it twice, and listen, I got through most of it. Mm-hmm. It's a good movie, but after the bombs do their thing, it's like, why am I still watching this?
The crazy thing about it is it made so much money for it to be just a movie about them making an atomic bomb.
After the bomb, there's still more movie.
Well, I mean, I know that's more than just that, but I'm saying like the essential plot is them making the bomb, probably the consequences and all this, So it's essentially them making a bomb.
Yeah.
And it's like, a lot of people, like 90 people spend $90 million plus to sit around it for almost 3 hours and like, this is great.
Yeah.
This is a great movie.
That's very different from Barbie. I know that.
Yeah, it is.
I don't see it just and to be honest, like neither one of them. I don't want to say neither one of them. Excuse me, but one of those shouldn't have did as well as the other. Like and when you think about it.
Well, I think part of it was because they were the way they were marketed, because they basically marketed like together. So I feel like a lot of people. I'm not gonna say they feel like they had to watch both, but I feel like a lot of people, if you knew about Barbie, you knew about Oppenheimer. So it's kind of like it was hard for you not to know this movie. It was like after you see the trailer like a few times, you're like, I may give it a shot. I may go try it out.
And they talking about there's going to be a kid movie.
I'll watch it.
Okay. I didn't care for the Barbie movie, so I don't know about kid.
Yeah.
But should I support? I don't know, man. I'm not interested.
I'll watch it. I know they've done this already, but since we're talking dolls, I just want and this wasn't a doll, but I had a doll, or I'm sorry, I had an action figure. I just want a proper G.I. Joe movie.
So what is, because I I didn't watch it when I was younger. I don't know what a proper G.I. Joe movie should be.
Okay. So to me, a proper G.I. Joe movie is essentially military people, i.e. heroes, fight against Cobra and the villains. Basically, a picture, the military versus Cobra and the Foot Clan type of situation.
Where does Transformers come in?
I mean, if you're in the military, you need vehicles.
But these vehicles can fight for you. And you can't fight the other vehicles.
I mean, if you have Transformers, you have Decepticons, you have Optimus Prime and other ones. I can't think of the names off the top of my head.
Bumblebee. You should at least know Bumblebee.
No, but that's Optimus. I'm talking about so you have the Decepticons, which is the evil ones. I can't remember the name of so Optimus Prime. They have a name for their group.
Oh, Autobots.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's the Autobots versus. So if Optimus Prime shows up to help, the G.I. Joes, the Decepticons are not too far behind, so they get
Cobra.
There you go.
So they're just gonna be doing Cobra. Gonna be and okay, I see.
And then
side
you
by
go,
side. They're gonna be separate, but for some reason they're in the same movie.
Then you bring Channing Tatum back,
What is Channing Tatum doing?
not being Gambit.
Supposedly he's supposed to be in one of these. I don't know. Is it gonna be like the Nicolas Cage Superman thing? I hope not, because apparently Nicolas Cage. I don't know if he said that he didn't know that he was gonna be, because it looks CGI anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. How do you feel about the rumor of I don't know people's names. The white guy from Ash versus Evil Dead.
Bruce Campbell.
The rumor of him being like a variant Mysterio.
Oh, I don't think it makes sense to me.
Why not?
Because just based on what they're saying is that you've had Bruce Campbell in all these Spider-Man movies, and then all of a sudden now you're gonna like what? Why? What is that? Because what does it have to do with the other ones, the other Bruce Campbells, in the other universes?
Yeah, I don't know. In all the other universes, he was just an Agatha pulling strings behind the scenes that you never saw. But now we get to see the strings that he's been pulling.
He's been.
Because it's Mysterio all along.
Oh my goodness. Dang it, Larry. Listen. I love you, Larry.
It's Mysterio all along. I saw something somewhere where it was like, because they changed the name for the show Agatha like 3 or 4 times. It was like they need to, when you finally watch the show, it comes up, the name of the show is Agatha all along. I was like, that's actually pretty clever.
Makes sense to me. For some reason, I thought that show got canceled.
No, have you seen the set photos? Or it had a featurette for it. Also, rumor has it, there's some singing in the show.
Okay.
I don't know in what form or fashion. It could be just like a title, like title, whatever, singing a song or whatever, a theme song rather. So I don't know. I just know somebody. I was watching a video and they was they read a quote from like one of the actresses, and she basically was talking about how like she had to use her singing voice or whatever, something like that in the show.
So we're doing the Marvels all over again?
I don't think it's every episode. It's like I think it's like maybe one or two things or whatever. Side note, when you say actor, in your mind, does actor only pertain to women? I mean, I'm not women, to men, or can a woman be an actor?
I don't know, because obviously some women use actor as their, job title. So I don't know if that's just because they want to be on the same level as men, or if there's something else. But in my mind, actress is a word, so you have actors and actresses. I don't get it. Just like, so I don't understand why sometimes comedians say I'm a comic.
I kind of get that more than the act. Well, no, I ain't say more, but I kind of get that though.
What is a comic?
So to me, a comic is like somebody who does like who does like comedic work, but they're not necessarily a comedian. So like a Mark Wahlberg does like comedic movies, but he's not stand-up. He's not a stand-up comedian.
So he'd be a comic?
He can be considered to be one.
Because I remember when I was on the yearbook and I was interviewing some people for the comedy show.
I'm rubbing off on you, I know.
And I was asking questions. And it was like, yeah, as a comic, and I was like,
or it could just be a comic is just a person who does comedy. I don't know. It could just be that.
It confused me, but I just wrote what they wrote. I was like, you called yourself a comic, I'm gonna call you a comic.
Yeah, it could just like say if I feel like in that instance, it's probably just a person who does like comedy. I'm just a comic. Like like LeBron James is an athlete.
Yeah. I could have, maybe I did, YouTube it, Google it before.
A comic?
Yeah, comedian versus comic.
It's gonna tell me I'm wrong. I'm prepared. I'm prepared to be wrong.
What's the difference? Wrong. A comic is a comedian. A comedian isn't necessarily a comic.
I mean, that sounds very right. Because that sounds like, because when I watched that one show, The Wire, and I was an expert, that sounds like me.
There you go. Comic was short for stand-up comic, and a comedian who performs So what you just had it backwards.
Got you. Okay. I know it was something along those lines, but yeah. So the comic is a guy who does stand up, but a comedian is a guy who. So Mark Wahlberg is a comedian. Dave Chappelle is a comic.
Which is so weird because if I think comedian, I think stand up. But all right, I'm staying out of it.
So would you consider an online comedy person a comedian?
What's an online? What do you mean? Like a
Desi Banks or something like that, or somebody who does like skits on like YouTube, not necessarily YouTube, but like Instagram. Are they automatically a comedian to you?
No, they're a content creator. Or whatever you call them, influencer. I don't know, but I wouldn't consider them a comedian.
But they only do comedy.
Like Jason Banks. Well, you said only. I know Jason Banks does comedy, but then he has like little skits. Is that what you're saying, or they?
I did just do strictly skits.
No, I wouldn't consider them a comedian or a comic.
I didn't either. I'm just asking.
Okay.
just try to strap. I have nothing. I got nothing. I don't know.
So what I wanted to do is and I don't know if this is dick riding or what, but I wanted to like make a appreciation page and be like, listen, because everybody has their people that they follow, they subscribe to, but I was just gonna make a post on this to say, listen, I just appreciate all the people who I'm just list all the people that I'm subscribed. Not all of them, but just the ones that I appreciate. I know that's kind of petty. There's a lot of them though.
So are you gonna do this in one post?
It'll probably be 2 or 3.
So you're gonna create a whole page for 3 posts?
No, just like an Instagram story.
Okay, I got you. I was about to say you're gonna create a whole page and say, hey, thanks to these 8 people. All right, that's it. I was gonna say, why create a page? I didn't.
No,
Okay.
definitely. One, I'm not definitely not doing a fan page. That's just absurd.
You don't want to be a fan page?
Nah, I'm good.
Guy, you don't be a fan club president?
I'm not. That's obsessive tendencies. I don't obsess over anybody.
So let me ask you a question. How would you feel if you had a fan club president? Like if somebody came up to you and said, "Hey, James, I'm your biggest fan. Matter of fact, I'm the fan club president. I'm the James Mills fan club president."
I would feel flattered, but like to me that's like a level of obsessiveness that I would worry about. So sure, they may be down here.
Mm-hmm.
There could be somebody that's up here, and what would it take for that person to be up here? Because people have died, people have been killed for stuff like this.
So what would you tell that person? Would you say, "Hey, I appreciate you, but I need you to disband this group immediately," or would you just be like,
"Do you think?"
Just keep an eye on them?
Yeah, I'm not going. So, because you do want to discourage. I'm not going to say disband because that's the kind of stuff you get killed over, and I'm not saying that because I know for the majority of people that's not what happens. But hey, I appreciate you. I can't stop. I mean, they're going to do what they want to do anyway. The only way that you can not do is like a cease and desist letter. And I'm not going that far. So just do what you do.
All right. What if, okay, different scenario.
Okay.
So let's say podcast takes off.
Mm-hmm.
We out there, we in the streets.
Mm-hmm. I retired from the streets.
Oh no, we in different streets now, baby.
20 minutes ago.
We in different. These are upper echelon streets.
Top shelf.
You come across a fan and they say, "Hey, I got this for you," and they give you like a gift, like a painting or something, or a drawing, a sketch of you. Like, do you take it?
Yeah. I'd be flattered. I like it.
Okay, so you wouldn't feel bad about taking it.
Mm-mm.
So you would take it, but you would feel a certain type of way if you met your president of your fan club.
Because to me, that's somewhat. To me,
So a fan is different than a fan club president.
Yeah, because you were spending a considerable amount of time to take, in your life to make posts, to search for my pictures, to do this, to do that, as opposed to, I mean, if you draw a picture of me, I'm sure that's going to take some time, but it's not like, to me, it's not as bad.
Because it's probably something they already do. Like they probably already sketched.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, while I was sketching, I drew you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Different scenario. You're out in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
These are upper echelon streets.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the street. No, you got the streets. You got the street, and then you got the street.
You got the gutter, the streets, and you got the
creme de la
thing.
creme
Mm-hmm.
upper crust street. Mm-hmm. It's a street with a capital S.
Mm-hmm.
Cursive letters. You meet a fan.
Calligraphy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Feather pen. They say, "Hey, watch an episode." And he was like, "Oh, man, I love caramel cake." And they made you a caramel cake. Mm-hmm. Would you take it? Would you eat it?
I would take it. I wouldn't eat it.
Why would you eat it?
I don't listen. In the telecommunications field that I'm in, mm-hmm. I have in the past taken food. Mm-hmm. I've eaten food.
I have as well.
Mm-hmm. I've taken drinks.
I have as well.
I've drank drinks.
I have as well.
And there was one time, this one person gave me a glass of water because it was hot and I'd be sweating.
I have gotten a glass of water as well with ice cubes.
And I took it outside. No. Before I put it to my mouth, I upturned it and I took a sip and I noticed there was some gray stuff floating in it. Mm. Now I had already taken a sip, like I had already gulped it down.
Mm-hmm. It's in you now.
Yep. So I was like, nah. So I took it outside and I dumped it out. So you never know what somebody does to your stuff. And I am not.
You know what I did, Jay?
What'd you do?
I chugged that glass of water.
Yeah.
I didn't look. I didn't think. I didn't give two craps. Mm-hmm. She said, "Hey, you want a glass of water?" Appreciate it. Gave me a glass, ice cubes. A little son gave me some little gummy snacks. Thank you. Chugged it. There you go.
I don't take anything that's not sealed anymore.
I mean, I definitely feared afterwards, but I was like, Yeah, man, it's too late now.
We do live in Alabama.
Yeah, you know. Okay, so you wouldn't eat the cake. Mm-mm. Okay.
Do you have anybody that, I mean, obviously you wouldn't make, I don't think you would. But let's just say that you had that kind of mentality. Is there somebody that exists today or in the past that you would make a fan account of if you had that kind of mindset?
No. Well, I mean, if I had that mindset, I guess, yes, I would.
Yeah, but who, I guess my question is, who would it be?
Oh, Jill Scott.
So there's a post going around of her when she was.
Mm-hmm. I saw that.
I don't know.
I'm not real it is, but I saw it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know why I feel this way.
Mm-hmm. Say it with your chest, Jay. Say it with your chest. Don't hide it. Say it with your chest.
I know, and I know you know what I'm about to say.
I know. Say it with your chest, man. Say it with your chest, James.
I never knew she was skinny.
Say it with your chest,
It
James.
shocked the hell. I was like, she was skinny.
Yeah. Yes. Most fat people start off as skinny.
I
James.
know.
I used to be skinny. Now look at me.
I felt so bad. Like, I was looking at it, and I was like, I want to send this to Larry.
It's all good. Yeah, no, I mean she was slim. She does look like, because I know somebody was saying I can't remember who said she looked like.
I think I saw that. Because there was two.
Tiana Taylor, I think is what they said.
Well.
I think that's who they were comparing her to. Side note, she has a movie that I saw a trailer for. I'm not gonna say excited, but like I'm interested in watching. Can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. I just know the premise of the movie is she lives in New York. There's this kid who she sees, around the way on the block or whatever. I guess she ends up like taking care of him, but she doesn't I think she adopts him eventually. And of course, goes through his life. He gets older. It's just like their bond between them two. Her like I'm gonna take care of you. I think that he ends up like going to college or something, or they try to take him away or something like that. Mm-hmm. But it was a real heartfelt. I was like, I want to watch that, but I ain't watched it yet. I will eventually. I'm gonna watch it the same time you finish Continental.
It's coming. I'm finishing it tonight.
Oh, I'm not watching it tonight.
You see a side eye I gave you?
Nothing. Oh, speaking of shows, you're not gonna watch. I was talking to Will about Halo season 2. I saw the trailer. He told me something. He told me something interesting I didn't know. Because I was talking about the first season, and so two things. One, he told me that they hired like new writers and whatever for the second season. So it sounds like it's gonna be based on like the Fall of Reach or whatever. That's what Will says he thinks is based on like pictures he's seen. It seems like the show season 2 is going to be based around that.
Master Chief had nothing to do with that, though.
Same thing he said, because he said he was in a coma at the time.
Okay, all right. All right.
So
I'm listening.
The second thing was, because we were talking about, because the reason he brought up the season 1, because I was trying to figure out, because once he told me that Master Chief was in a coma, I was like, I guess if they write it, they can do it, because it's kind of like, that's what they're doing. He was, and of course, neither one of us are working on the show, so we don't know. But because you didn't watch the full first season, but at the end of season 1, he Master Chief. I don't think he dies. I think he gets like very badly hurt when they go to the wherever the aliens are. I can't think of the name of the planet. So they go there to fight them. He gets hurt. Spoiler, but whatever. And Cortana takes over his body or whatever. So I can see how if it is the Fall of Reach and he's in a coma, they can kind of write it to where like he's still kind of injured from season 1 going into season 2. But then again, I don't know.
So I saw that the trailer, like it came up on my Instagram, and the first thing I saw was his face. And I was like, yep, return it. Didn't even watch it.
I mean, I get it. Like I told Will, I said, I think for me, the reason why I like the show and this is can be the same said for like a lot of Marvel stuff too, is because I don't have any prior knowledge. So like I know it's not a one for one like based on the games or whatever, which most stuff isn't like that anyways. Like some people say Harry Potter is nothing like the books, but they still like it. I mean it's not, you know, but it's yeah, but it's still close enough. But it's not too far off to where people can't like it. So it's like with Halo, all I know from Halo is the guns, the suits, Master Chief, aliens, swords, on a planet. You give me that, I don't care what the story is. I'm gonna like it.
And while you're talking to Will about it, I was thinking like, you know, they could have like been showing his face and they could have put a helmet on to symbolize that, hey, this is gonna be different. Even though you saw his face, we're gonna kind of point to the direction.
That's not gonna happen.
Okay, I'm reaching.
Yeah. If Killmonger can show his face 15 times in Black Panther, you think they're gonna hide a Star's face?
Reach. Okay.
I called it, but
I wouldn't call him a star. I'm not saying he isn't. I don't know what. I think you told me, but I don't remember what else he's been in.
Yeah, he's been in. I mean, I say it this way. To me, maybe this is gonna sound contradictory, but like, to me, a star is, and when I think of, okay, I say it this way. When I think of stars, I think about like regular people watching stuff. Meaning like people who have no attachment to the IP. So like people who don't really play Halo or they don't know anything about Halo. Mm-hmm. So they see a guy's face. They may not know his name or what he's been in, but their face is recognizable enough to be like, oh, he's in this? I gotta watch that. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, again, it may not be the appropriate definition of star, but that's what I think about like star power. When I think about like the person has enough pull, whether you don't know anything about what the movie or show is about, I'm gonna watch it because of that person.
And I agree with that. It's just, I guess my problem is that I haven't seen anything else he's been in, so that's why I wouldn't consider him a star.
Yeah.
But being that you have, and that you know who he is, and I can say that he is.
Yeah. But then also too, because to go back to what me and Will were talking about, he was telling me, and I didn't really know this, or I didn't really catch on to it. And I don't know how true this is. I just know this is what Will told me. So apparently, season 1 of Halo was originally it was supposed to be a different like sci-fi show. But instead of doing that show, they basically took the same premise and concept and then put Halo on it and Halo characters and made the show. So the story and stuff like, they adjusted it, of course, to make it close to it as they can. But the show was already a different sci-fi show. And it was just like, we can't do that one. Let's do Halo version of this story.
Setting themselves up for failure. But they have a season 2. So I know they did that with Cloverfield, the something paradox, like the third Cloverfield.
Which I actually kind of liked.
Or was it the second? No.
Is it the one in space?
Okay. Maybe it's 10 Cloverfield Lane. One of those, I think, had nothing to do with Cloverfield, and then they like made it Cloverfield.
Yeah, that's 10 Cloverfield. Well, I don't know because so you had Cloverfield, which was an animal attack or something. Mm-hmm. So 10 Cloverfield Lane it was the paradox one, because so you had Cloverfield, which was the actual initial thing. Mm-hmm. Then you had 10 Cloverfield Lane, which had what's the guy's name?
John Goodman. That was the third one.
Huh?
That was the third one. That came out.
This is the second one.
I'm listening. Keep going.
So because that's when they was locked up in his basement.
Yep.
So it was in the Cloverfield world because when she finally escaped or whatever, you saw like the monster in the background. Then Paradox came out later on Netflix, which is kind of set like like a prequel to it, but it came out after those.
Okay.
But that one, I don't know how close it was. I don't even know if it was connected or if it. I don't really know how that one really connects, honestly. I just remember them being in space. Some kind of monster gets loose, or they encounter some kind of alien, and then it starts killing people. But then somehow they go back in time. Somehow.
I thought like wherever they were, the Earth that they were at had no monster, and then like when they went somewhere and came back to Earth, and that Earth had a monster. And I could be wrong. Like I don't remember. I know I enjoyed the movie. Like I was surprised that I enjoyed it.
To my Paradox.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they came back to Earth. I could be wrong. Like I said, all I can remember from the movie is they were on a spaceship, and then like they encountered like their past selves or like their future selves somehow.
And things started melting into the ship.
And then of course, I think everybody dies at the end. But I don't remember them getting back to Earth though.
That's a lot of reading.
Yeah, man.
Stages they reappeared.
Okay.
Returning to their universe. Shift.
So they do make it back to their universe.
The two eject themselves in an evacuation capsule towards Earth. Yep.
Okay. Like I said, like you said, it's been a minute. Like I said, all I can remember is something to do with time, monster, alien, space. That's all So that's what I said. I don't know how it connects. I don't know how that connects to it all.
But I was saying that because I think that one worked. That one had nothing to do with Cloverfield, and they was like, okay, let's make it a Cloverfield. And that one, they did that more at the end. It was like it wasn't a Cloverfield movie all the way until they landed back on Earth, and it was any time. Yeah. So technically, you can even say it wasn't even a Cloverfield movie because it was just like 2 minutes. True.
I don't know. I kind of liked Cloverfield.
I do too.
Because wasn't it like found footage type?
Yes, I'm sorry. I didn't like the original movie.
I like the original. I mean, well, let me say it this way. I wasn't like geeked about it, but like it was cool. It was watchable. Because I'm not the biggest on like found footage. That's why I asked. But like, because especially when it gets to like action and it's just running and what is going on?
It's like POV porn. That's kind of what it is. Like, okay.
I didn't expect that at all. I did not expect that at all.
That's my.
What? Oh, girl.
Because you like in that you're looking at a back. In found footage movies, you're looking at a wall and then something jumps out. What is that? You don't see anything.
Like to this day, I cannot finish watching Blair Witch Project because of that. I tried.
Did you try watching the new one? Because they remade it?
All I can think about is the original one, James.
I don't even know if the new one is found footage. I can't remember.
I don't know.
I know I didn't watch the original. Like I never have. And I think because it came out around the time where I was having nightmares, and then like nowadays it's like, it's like old, dated. I don't think I'm gonna enjoy it.
Well, you don't like old movies anyway.
Yeah. I mean, at least that came out like in the 90s or 2000s.
So there's a cutoff then.
Mm-hmm. Like anytime, like late 80s, I can do, but like early 80s and further back is probably I'm not gonna finish it.
So what year did The Man Who Knows Too Much come out?
I want to say 96, but it was mid 90s.
I know it was an older movie. I know you really liked it. This is a good movie. I liked it too.
It was not as funny because I mean I can't watch that with other people because I'm like, okay, all right, it's not funny to you,
but that just because I mean you still laugh when we watch it, so that shouldn't me watching it with you shouldn't stop you from laughing, James.
Yeah, 97.
You should still enjoy this. You enjoy the movie, like I mean. I had a great time. I laughed.
Another one of those movies is the Lemony Snicket's movie. It's like if I watch it with somebody else, it's not as funny, but I'm gonna laugh.
With Jim Carrey? Mm-hmm. Did you watch the TV show?
I did. I'm glad they finished it.
I didn't watch it.
My daughter and her cousins, they did not like it. I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'm gonna finish it on my own.
I feel like I liked the movie. I don't have a thought of not liking it, but I don't think I was like high on it though.
Yeah.
But it was one of those movies where it's kind of like, that's cool.
It was something.
I'll watch it again, but it wasn't like this was taking too much time, but it was cool. Cause of course I like Jim Carrey, but so that gave me a boost, I guess.
We did a Jim Carrey versus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who was he going against? Ryan Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I think we both picked Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I think I picked Jim Carrey because his movies like there's a variety to it, and to some degree.
Yeah.
Whereas Ryan Reynolds is usually kind of the, but you know what? It works just like because Jason Bateman is pretty much the same guy in most stuff he's in.
That's true. I personally don't think he don't have range to me. Like if you go see a Jason Bateman movie, it's like you know exactly the character he's going to play, and that's kind of what you're saying. But it's like and I think he's funny. Like there's not many movies that he's been in that I haven't liked of him, but I'm not going to pick him as like, oh, he's one of my favorite comedy actors.
Because if you compare him from Ozark, I'm about to say Ozark Trail, the Ozark to Horrible Bosses to let's say Identity Theft, it's really the same guy. I mean, this like don't get me wrong, like I've watched enough of his, even Game Night. I've watched enough of his stuff that like I can see the differences and choices that he makes, per the movie, but it's still at the core, he's still that same Jason Bateman. Which, hey,
listen,
if it works, you gonna get hired, do it.
I love Game Night. I love second and third and fourth season of Ozark, and I love Horrible Bosses.
I say do it, man. You like Identity Theft?
No, I didn't.
I noticed you didn't put that in there. I was like,
yeah.
you did like, he was like, yeah, I like Horrible Bosses and Ozark.
I like
Game Night.
You name five. I like this, and I like four of them.
She has a Genie movie that's out now. When I watch Melissa McCarthy, I think it's called Genie.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
And is she the genie? Mm-hmm. All right, you're just gonna do all the Disney movies, huh? I mean, she's not doing Aladdin.
I'm about to say it's not, but yeah, I mean, because not to bust your bubble, James.
I Dream of
but
Genie.
There were a lot of genies before the guy from Aladdin.
Listen, there is only one genie that matters.
Genies have been around a lot longer than him.
So let me ask you, I had an idea, and I don't really care for this idea that much, but because Aladdin is a big part of my life, I was thinking, in superheroes. So,
you want Aladdin to fight crime?
No, not Aladdin specifically.
The carpet?
So I like voodoo. No, I don't. Excuse me. I don't like voodoo, but
in the entertainment sense, you like voodoo.
Exactly. I think it's a great thing to explore. So let's just say there's this woman who lives in New Orleans, and somehow, for some reason, she finds a lamp, and she uses one of those wishes to have her personal genie. So the genie inhabits this doll, and she says that I want.
Okay, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. I just want to make sure I'm following you. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, lady in New Orleans finds a lamp. Mm-hmm. So at this point, is she do anything with voodoo or no?
Yeah,
she's a voodoo lady.
No, let's just say she's not voodoo at all. But the doll is more like along the lines of voodoo.
I'm just trying to get okay. So she's just a random lady in New Orleans out there eating gumbo. Mm-hmm. So she finds this lamp, rubs it. Genie comes out of the lamp. She says, "Hey, let me make a wish to have my personal genie." So that same genie inhabits a doll.
So I came up with this a long time ago. I can't remember the specifics, but in a way, yes, either that genie is a doll
or a different genie.
But it doesn't make sense because the whole genie thing is a person becomes a genie. So I do think that I had her make that genie her own personal genie so she can have as many wishes as she wants. I don't remember how I did it, but
okay.
I'd have to think about it again.
I mean, it's an interesting concept. Like I said, I'm just trying to make sure I'm following along. Okay.
So she just carries this doll like on her belt, and she just goes around as a superhero.
Because she has a personal genie.
Mm-hmm. I know it's not.
So no, let me. I'm warming to it. Like I said, I just have questions. Mm-hmm. So, first of all, what's her name?
I don't remember. I don't even think I got that far. This was very surface level.
All right, let's call her Julianne.
Okay.
So Julianne has the genie on her hip. Mm-hmm. The genie grants her unlimited wishes because she made it her personal genie.
Let's make a caveat that none of the wishes are permanent.
Well, I mean, okay, whether they're permanent or not, but she has unlimited amount of temporary wishes. Mm-hmm. Okay. So she comes across a crime scene. So does she have to be like, she can wish from afar?
What do you mean?
So like, okay, let's say a crime is happening, like let's say these people robbing a bank. She doesn't have to actually be like at the scene to, like, she can be across the street or, she'll be like, hey, Genie, I wish these robbers, something caused them to get caught or whatever. Like she fights crime that way, or she like more hands-on, like Like, hey guys, stop. And they're like, no, what you gonna do, Julianne? Like, how do you know my name? And then she pulls out the genie and says, hey genie, do such and such. And then the genie does, whatever he does to thwart the crime.
Yeah, I'm gonna say definitely she's not gonna be like background like Solomon because that's not very compelling. So she's gonna be in there like, oh, I wish that she can do something. But yeah, she'd be hands on.
Okay, so she has it. So she's in the streets.
Yes, that's gonna be the title of it.
She's in the genie streets. Okay. How big is the doll?
Something, 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 and a genie in the streets. I don't know. I can't think of the beginning. I think most of my superheroes have some kind of tied towards my actual life. And for the longest time, the only gift I ever got from a woman was like a bear that was like maybe that big. Mm-hmm. And I used to carry it to school, put it on my belt, whatever. You can call me whatever. So, about that big.
So if somebody takes this doll,
There it is.
Do they assume the powers of the genie, or are they attached to her?
No. It would whoever takes the doll can also make wishes.
But okay, so they can make wishes, but do the wishes? Does a genie serve that person now, or does a genie still serve her? But that person who took it can just make wishes because they have it.
The genie doesn't serve anybody in particular. It's their job to make wishes come true. So now that I think about it,
but the genie has to serve though.
But it's no longer
because if the genie doesn't serve, then what's my benefit to making your wishes come true if I don't serve you? If I'm a genie who's been cramped up for thousands of years, I no longer have a master, and you say, hey genie, I wish this. Like why? Why would I do that?
Because otherwise you just cooped up in this doll and you got nothing to live for.
Okay. Same as a lamp.
And that could be a storyline in the future.
Or you could have it to where she releases the genie and then over time they form a friendship and a bond to where now she tells the genie about her desire to fight crime. And the genie's like, you know what? I want to help. But the genie doesn't know that in order to do this, he has to be a doll. So she tricks him to be a doll. But he's still kind of like, I still kind of like her, so I'm going to help her out.
So the more we've been talking about this, the more I'm kind of like liking this to Venom, the Venom symbiote. Obviously, it's not going to like give her a suit, but it's, the fact that it can go to another person and then it like has this, like you were saying, kind of attachment to her in a way. That's not what but you said that he likes her, so it almost sounds like a Venom.
But it's instead of it being a symbiotic, it's like an external thing. Mm-hmm.
It needs work, but it's something that
it has potential. Like I said, I'm just asking clarifying questions, man, because I like Julian so far. She sounds like she be in the streets.
Her and Bear Girl should team up.
Her who?
Bear Girl.
Oh yeah, her, Bear Girl, Squirrel Girl. all of them. Mm-hmm. Yep. Then the one girl who turns into a bear from the New Mutants. All of them. That was.
I thought you liked her. Were you okay with New Mutants?
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah. It wasn't. I wouldn't disappointed is a strong word. I wasn't. My time wasn't wasted.
I am very interested to see. I just want it to happen. Like I'm tired of waiting on this Secret Wars. I just want to see all these different properties just come together. Just do it. Like and they're putting it off to the point where it may not ever happen.
You know what you can do, James? Mm-hmm. You could freeze yourself and then just have somebody thaw you out at 2026, 2027? It's right there.
Dedication. I'm the Black Captain America.
Yeah. Then you wake up, you have no knowledge of how they got to this point, so everything is new to you.
Oh.
And you're like, what? Who is these people?
Would I like that, though? Like, because, I mean,
Well, I mean, you still would have your comic book knowledge, so you may know them from the comic books, but you don't know any past like movie history or TV history.
And not only that, you got new actors that haven't been, cast right now. What if Pedro Pascal just all of a sudden popped up? I'm Mr. Fantastic.
What?
That was
Why is this arm going like this? It's like he's trying to scratch his chest. Oh. Oh, man. You know a movie I really want that probably never happened? A movie or a TV show? I don't know how long we've been talking, but I don't care. Static Shock.
Yes. Now, who would you pick to be the actor?
Okay, so let me ask you this question first. How old is Static Shock in the show? I don't remember.
He was in high school.
Okay.
I know at some point, like he did, like there was an older version of him. Mm-hmm. So yeah, high school.
My first guess, or my first thought, and I don't know why he's the first guy that popped up in my head, is I guess because you said something about him earlier. Well, not about him, but the show. The main guy from Snowfall.
I don't know. Not Mahershala Ali, is it?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't watched Snowfall.
Oh. He's dating. He was dating not Halle Berry, but Steve Harvey's daughter.
Michael B. Jordan, or
After him.
okay, I don't know.
I'm gonna just show you a picture.
So whoever it is, Static is very exuberant. He's very jokey, and he'd have to have a lot of energy.
You don't have any ideas?
I was thinking the dude that's playing Bob Marley now, that was in Barbie.
He's too old. Unless he's playing an older version of him.
Well, yeah, I guess he is kind of old.
Damson Idris.
But okay. I can't say yes or no. I don't know how he acts.
Let's see something he was in that you may know.
I've never seen him before.
He was in The Commuter. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Was that with Liam Neeson?
Yeah. It's basically Taken 6. Let's go TV shows.
Damn, son, where'd you find this one?
He was in Swarm. I don't know if you watched that. But yeah, he's mostly known from Snowfall. And then he did Outside the Wire with the new Captain America.
Okay.
Black Captain America.
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm not saying he would be my pick, but he's just the first guy that came to my mind.
All right, so there's got to be a young guy.
I'm gonna look up young black actors
with energy.
I don't know how the internet's gonna quantify that. But
I don't want to go Michael B. Jordan because he's not. He don't look old, but I know he's not.
He can play like an older version of him. Shameik Moore.
How old is he?
28.
Okay.
But he can play he can play young as well. Jacob Lattimore.
I don't know who that is.
I forget you don't watch as much TV as.
He looks okay. Yes, I could. I don't know what he's been in, but I'm sure I've seen him in something.
He's a singer. He's in the show The Chi as well. He hasn't done a lot of acting because he started out singing, and so now he's doing a lot more acting now.
Is he related to Chauncey Lattimore?
I don't know. Probably I don't know.
Does he kind of look like Odell Beckham Jr. to you?
No.
Okay.
I have a thought though.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably not the best of thoughts, because now I'm thinking this thought. I can see why Old Buddy dropped in my mind automatically, because I feel like Static Shock has to be a dark skinned brother.
So he is darker, but he's not. So yeah, I can see that. I'd say he's
about your complexion.
Okay, I was gonna say a little bit lighter.
Nah, he's. Have you seen the picture of Static Shock? I put it.
I don't think he's that dark.
Come on, James.
He's not Damson dark.
Oh, okay. All right, James. Well, he is kind of lighter.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I guess because I'm thinking about the suit, the overall, it makes it Like it automatically makes you think he's darker. But yeah, he's okay.
Because, I mean, they ain't about to animate, Michael Blackson.
Hey, man. Jaden Smith as Static Shock.
Okay.
25.
I think he has, I don't, yeah, no, his face.
He's too, I mean, you can't judge. I mean, he's not going to look like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I was going to say, like, I could see it.
I was just showing you that to see that he can look young.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. And he, like, I've seen him have energy before. So it could work.
Yeah.
There's a list that came out and said he's one of the worst actors ever.
I don't think that. Or this guy.
I'm okay with that.
I don't know if you know what he's.
He was in Superfly.
Yeah, okay.
And then the Yara Shahidi show. I can't think of what the Grownish.
Yeah. I would be cool with him. Here's the bigger question: who do you cast as the white sidekick?
Did he have glasses? I mean, anybody can wear glasses.
I think so. Yeah.
Was he taller or shorter?
What about this guy for Static Shock? No. I mean, he looks like he can do the nerd part. But Static Shock wasn't a nerd like that. I mean, he was a cool nerd, but he wasn't like a. Let me check your math, nerd. Tyler James Williams. Smart guy, really?
Who's that?
For like an older version of Jaden.
Okay. I was trying to. Everybody hates Chris. That's his yeah.
Or from the new show, what you call it now?
I want to say Abbott Elementary.
Yep.
Oh, look at it! I got it right. Have you seen it?
I've seen every episode.
I don't seem like it. Okay.
It's basically just a school version of The Office, but I like it.
Sounds like horrible.
Hey man, I get you.
Okay.
Oh, this guy, he could do it. He's from the
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Caleb McLaughlin.
Yeah, I can see him more than I can anybody else.
Yeah, I can see that definitely. I like that one.
But I don't know who the white guy would be though.
Yeah, I was trying to think of one. I can't think of.
Static Shock white guy.
Have to be young. And when I think of him, I think of the guy from Invincible with the glasses, the agent. But for some, I know that's not.
So it has to look like that. You had a name pop up?
Chris, no.
I just realized they can't see any of these pictures we're looking at.
That's why I've been saying names.
You want to talk about Fallout before we go?
I forgot what I was.
Save it for later.
Just like it looks great. Most of the trailer that I was watching, it looked great. And then towards the end, for some reason, I was like, okay, there's something about this that I'm just not liking. I know at some point they're going to have somebody, that woman, go up and punch somebody. And that's obviously Fallout is, and you have melee weapons, so I guess it's not out of the question. But
you're trying to say she don't look strong?
I'm just trying to imagine her going up and trying to punch a super mutant, and that just don't sound like it's gonna look nice.
I got you.
But I guess a man wouldn't go up and punch a super mutant either.
No.
Anyway, I did like the big cockroach. I was like, oh, look at them.
Oh yeah. I okay, yeah, I remember saying that. All right, James, since you want to wrap it up, since you don't want to talk no more.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying, like it's just like we were taking a dip, and I just either we needed to bring it back up or just end it there.
It's all good, man. And I was all set to talk about the GTA 6 trailer, but you don't want to talk about it.
Listen,
No, it's too late.
I watched it once. It was very not detailed. It was detailed. Like it was
booty shaking and everything.
Yeah, I was like, holy crap. I'm just mad that they haven't made a Chicago city yet. I know. Look, you got New York, you got Miami, you got LA. Why the heck don't we have a Chicago city?
I mean, I don't see why they didn't do it, because, I mean, if the game is going to be based around crime, you got to use one of the crime capitals, Chicago or Detroit.
They only got 3 cities in this whole universe. I don't get it.
Hey, man, they're not going to do Huntsville.
That's right. That's true.
Even though Nick Fury is from Huntsville.
and that 70s, that 90s show guy. No, they were going to do a space camp.
Yeah. I was about to say, which guy was from Huntsville? Because I remember them mentioning Huntsville, but I was like, I don't think they were saying somebody was from Huntsville, though. Yeah, I mean, if you want, you can sing our theme song on the outro. The David Banner, it by crooked letter I, humpback I.
You can find me on Instagram at HAPPEE, period underscore period MILLS. We have a YouTube, the big and short of it all. Like and subscribe.
You can find me on Instagram at DA underscore bear 29. We, I don't know what you said because I was laughing. We got a TikTok.
Yep, we got a TikTok.
YouTube.
Yeah,
You mentioned that? Okay. All right. I was laughing. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey man, I guess that's all of them, right?
Yep.
Twitter.
Time to go back to these streets. Nope, I'm not on Twitter anymore. Oh, you. Yeah.
Huh?
I'm not on Twitter anymore.
Well, I was over the show. I mean, I posted like maybe 3 videos on there. I really don't get on there for real. Yeah, man. The streets. Time to get back to them.
See you there. Feel free to get a hug.
I was about to say, yeah, cash in on that.